In this video, we'll try to understand what a parameter action is and how should we use parameter action to interact with our dashboards. Before going to parameter actions, we'll quickly revise what a parameter is. So let's try to do this with the help of a simple visual. Let's try to create a sales trend across month. So for that, what I'll do is drag order date to the columns and then right click on it and then select month from the drop down. Next, what I would do is drag sales to the rows and then let's for our convenience change it to a bar chart. Now, this view that you have over here that gives you the sales for each month from the year 2012 11 until 2015 2014 December. So now let's say we would like to understand how many months had sales more than a particular value. So in cases like that, we use a parameter. The advantage of using a parameter over that is that parameters allows you to change your values. For example, if someone asks you what was this, how many months had sales more than 300,000, the basic way to do would be to create a calculated field. Let's try to create a calculated field and we'll rename it as sales more than 300k, and over here we'll write sum of sales is greater than 300,000. Once you hit on apply button, you see that you have created a calculated field which is a boolean calculated field, and as soon as you bring it onto the color, you will be able to see all those bars, all those months where sales was greater than 300,000. So all those bars in orange are having sales more than 300,000 and all those in blue are having sales less than 300,000. Now the limitation of using a calculated field is that you cannot keep on changing this value. The value that you have right now is a fixed value. What if you wanted to compare it with another value? So in that case, you won't be able to change this because you won't be able to have the edit action. The only person who can do this is the person who developed the dashboard. So for that reason, we can create a parameter and then pass it on to a calculated field, and then we can see how do we go with that. So let's create a parameter. I'll create a parameter and I'll name it as sales target. I'll keep it as float and current value is 1, and in allowable values I'll keep all. Okay. Now I'll create another calculated field which would say sales more than selected value. So this I'll say sum of sales this time is greater than my parameter, that is sales target. So the parameter that you see comes in a blue color in the calculated field. Now let's click on OK. So now we have sales more than selected value as a calculated field, which is again a boolean field. Let's remove this previous calculated field from the view, and then we'll place the newly calculated field onto the color. So currently we'll be seeing that all these are true because the default value that we had set in our parameter was 1. So right click on the parameter, so click on show parameter control, and then over here you enter any value. For example, let's try to enter 200k. As soon as you hit enter, you'll see all those values that are beyond 200k are colored in uh, orange, and all those which are less than 200k are colored in blue. Let's change this color for a better understanding. So we'll change the color of true to green, and let's keep false as red. Okay. Okay, so that looks better. So now you see this parameter gives you the flexibility to add to change the target value. So instead of 200k, you can keep it as 350k. Click on enter, and you'll see all the bars that are beyond 350k, all the months that have sales more than 350k are colored in green, and all those which are less than 350k are colored in red. So this was the advantage of having a parameter over a calculated field. Now, what exactly is a parameter action? So parameter actions gives you the leverage to change parameter values by interacting with the view. By interacting with the view, we mean to say, so if you are clicking or selecting on any of these bar, the parameter value would adjust itself as according to this bar, and you wouldn't have to enter it in this particular field. So let's see how do we achieve that. So that's the use case of parameter actions. To do that, uh, what we need to do is go to worksheet, click on actions, and then in actions, let me remove this. It's okay. So and then in action, we'll add an action, and then over here, we'll say change parameter. Once you click on the change parameter action, add parameter action window opens. Let's rename the parameter as compare sales value. In the source sheet, I'll bringing my data source, and I'll be selecting sheet 1, which is my default sheet in which the view is. I'll be keeping the option on selecting. And now in target parameter, I'll be selecting my sales target. So remember this sales target, this is the parameter that we had. So that is the parameter we are trying to target. And in value, we'll be selecting sum of sales, because this sum of sales, we would like to compare it with the target value. So once you click on OK, in the aggregation, you can keep the aggregation as none because it's already aggregated value, that is sum of sales. Click on OK, and then finally OK. So now if you click on any of these bars, so for example, let's say I click on this particular bar. So all the bars that you see are more than this are highlighted in green. So let me try to click on a smaller one. When I click on this, you see all the bars that are more than this particular month, that is February 2012, or sales more than 100,000 are highlighted in green. If I select this particular value, so all the bars is red because this is the maximum value. So this is the advantage of using a parameter action. So as you keep on selecting the bars, you see that the sales target parameter changes automatically. So instead of you entering the value of the sales target manually, you can simply click on the view, and then you can compare it against them. You can add another level of interactivity onto this view. What we can do is we can add a reference line, drag the reference line to the sum of sales pane, and drop it over here. In this, instead of the value, we'll be selecting sales target. In the label, we'll be having the value, and tooltip, let's keep it as none. And okay, so now any bar that you'll be selecting, for example, if I select this bar, so you'll be seeing that the reference line has changed for this particular bar, and now you'll having a better visual picture of all the bars that are, all the months that are having sales greater than this particular value, and the see all the months that are having the sales less than that particular value. So this was a very basic example of parameter actions. So parameter action can be used in a multiple of cases. Like, you can use parameter action for swapping sheets. You can use parameter actions for combined scroll. So there are many use cases of parameter action. Thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, please, I would request you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you.